Hi everyone. I'm going to read a little bit from a piece by Louise Erdrich today. But first I want to tell you about the source of this piece. Probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I put together a anthology with my friend Lynn Stegner. Lynn is Wallace Stegner's daughter-in-law. She was married to his son who died a couple years ago. And so because of that connection, we were able to get a lot of amazing writers from all over the West to submit essays that were intended to focus on what it means to grow up in the West and how it has shaped them as writers and as people. So we were able to get selections from Larry McMurtry and Ursula Le Guin, Larry Watson, Gary Snyder, Gretel Ehrlich, lots of amazing writers. But the one piece that really stood out, and it's because of that we started the whole book with it. We led off the book with it, was Louise's piece, which is called Big Grass. This is the book. I think it's a beautiful book. It's got all these signatures from these various writers on the cover. It's called West of 98, and a lot of people have asked what the hell that means. And the reason we called it that was because we wanted to sort of pay homage to Wallace. And one of my favorite books, well, both of our favorite books of his is called the Beyond the 100th Meridian, book about John Wesley Powell, and that's an amazing book if you haven't read it. But anyway, the 100th Meridian was his way of rounding off what most people consider the West, is everything west of the 98th Meridian. So that's why we called it West of 98. So this is just the last page of Louise Erdrich, Big Grass. Grass sings, grass whispers, ashes to ashes, dust to grass. But real grass, not the stuff that we trim and poison to an acid green mat, not clipped grass never allowed to go to seed, not this humanly engineered lawn substance as synthetic as a carpet. Every city should have a grass park devoted to grass, long grass, for city children haven't the sense of grass as anything but scarp on a boulevard. To come into the house with needle grass, sewing new seams in your clothes, the awn's sharp and clever, is to understand botanical intelligence. Weaving through the toughest boots, through the densest coat, into the skin of sheep, needle grass will seed itself deep in the eardrums of dogs and badgers. And there are other seeds, sharp and eager, diving through my socks, shorter barbs sewn forever into the laces and tongues of my walking boots. Grass stems out in August, full grown to a hypnotizing silk. The ground begins to run beside the road in waves of green water. A motorist, distracted, pulls over and begins to weep. Grass is emotional. Its messages of visual music with rills and pauses so profound it is almost dangerous to watch. Tall grass in motion is a world of legato. Returning from a powwow, my daughter and I are slowed and then stopped by the spectacle, and we drive side roads, walk old pasture, until we find real grass turned back silver, moving, running before the wind. Our eyes fill with it, and on a swale of grass we sink down, chewing the ends of juicy stems. Soon, so soon, your arms reach, dropping across the strings of an air harp. Before long, you want your lover's body in your hands. You don't mind dying quite so much. You don't fear turning into grass. You almost believe that you could continue from below to express in its motion your own mesmeric yearning, and yet find cheerful comfort. For grass is a plant of homey endurance, pure fodder after all. I could be converted to a religion of grass, sleep the winter away and rise headlong each spring, sink deep roots, conserve water, respect and nourish your neighbors, and never let trees gain the upper hand. Such are the tenets and dogmas. As for the practice, grow lush in order to be devoured or caressed, stiffen in sweet elegance, invent startling seeds. Those also make sense. Bow beneath the arm of fire, connect underground, provide, be lovely and do no harm. So now I think you can probably understand why I love that. Thanks.